Have you stepped outside lately and just thought, what is going on? It's freezing when you leave in the morning, but by the afternoon, it's actually pretty mild.
Well, you're not imagining it. So let's get into it and break down exactly why our weather is on such a roller coaster this week.
Yeah, that's the big question, right? How can it feel so different in just a matter of hours? Well, it turns out there are two big things happening at once. One is a massive, large-scale pattern, and the other is something that happens right over our heads every night. Let's solve this little weather mystery. Okay, so the first piece of the puzzle is the big picture. You see, the main weather system that's been keeping everything so chilly is, well, it's finally starting to back off.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This comes from an expert, the former Central Weather Bureau Director, Chang-Ming Dean. He explains that the huge mass of cold air that's basically been parked right on top of us is finally starting to pull back to the north. And that's the key right there. The main source of the cold is heading out. Think about it like this. It's like a giant freezer door has been left open, and now, finally, someone's starting to push it closed. As this huge, powerful cold air mass gets weaker and moves away, it just loses its grip on us. And that's why our daytime temperatures are slowly but surely going to start feeling a little more pleasant. But that only explains half the story. So if the days are warming up, what is the deal with the mornings? Why are they still so incredibly cold? Well, the answer is actually pretty fascinating, and it all has to do with what happens when the sun goes down, especially on these crystal clear nights we've been having. It's simple, really. All day long, the ground soaks up heat from the sun. Then, at night, it just lets all that heat go, radiating it back out. Now, usually, clouds can act like a bit of a lid, trapping some of that warmth. But when the sky is totally clear, there's nothing to stop it. And this whole process has a scientific name. It's called radiative cooling. And honestly, this is the perfect way to think about it. Just imagine clouds are a big, cozy blanket for the Earth. On a cloudy night, you're like this happy piggy on the left, all tucked in and warm, because the blanket is holding the heat in. But on a clear night, you're like this poor shivering piggy on the right, no blanket. All that heat from the day just escapes right up into space, and the temperatures on the ground just plummet. And we are not talking about a small dip, either. We're looking at a potential swing of more than 10 degrees Celsius. That is a huge jump. It's the reason you need a heavy coat for your morning coffee run, but might be totally fine without it by lunchtime. It just goes to show you how incredibly powerful radiative cooling really is. So we've got the science down. The cold air is leaving, and clear nights are making it colder. Now let's look at the forecast and see how this all comes together for the week ahead. All right, let's walk through it. Today, it's going to stay chilly pretty much all day. But starting tomorrow, Monday, you'll feel those daytime temperatures finally start to creep up. Then on Tuesday, a weak northeast monsoon rolls in. Now, don't think rain with this one, think clear skies, because it's going to set up the perfect conditions for Wednesday morning, which means, you guessed it, a big dose of radiative cooling and a very chilly start to the day. Looking ahead, another system moves in next Saturday, and that one will probably bring a bit more moisture with it. Okay, besides the temperature roller coaster, a few other things to keep on your radar. For most of western Taiwan, things will be pretty dry and stable. Over on the eastern side, you could see a few scattered showers here and there. But, and this is the big one, for anyone near the coast, please pay attention. We're expecting strong winds and large waves. Also be aware that long waves, which can be really sneaky and dangerous, are possible starting tomorrow. So we know the what and we know the why. Now, for the most important part, what do you actually do about it? Let's talk about how to stay comfortable and, more importantly, safe through all this. First off, and this is non-negotiable, layers. Dress like an onion. It's truly the only way to handle a temperature swing this big. Second, just keep in mind that the absolute coldest moment of the day will be right before sunrise. That's when that radiative cooling has had the whole night to work its magic. And finally, and I'm going to say it again because it's that important, please be extra careful near the ocean. These warnings for strong winds and waves are serious. Safety has to be number one. And there you have it. The mystery is solved. It's that classic 1-2 punch. The big cold air mass is retreating, which lets our days get warmer, while those clear night skies let all that heat escape, thanks to radiative cooling. So now you're armed with the science behind what's going on. The only question left is, how are you going to use this knowledge to plan out your week?